Hello, this is a short video to show how to print full-size the face molds of a wreathed handrail that you've designed using AutoCAD or ProjiCAD and Tangent System. Here I have an isometric view in 3D of the design of a handrail, quarter-turn rail, which is moving up through on the face of this prism. I've designed using the tangent method. The first thing to do is to let's isolate the different elements that we need in the drawing so that we don't have everything cluttering up the screen. So the best thing to do is just isolate the different layers, turn on the different layers. We want the prism layer, of course. Let's get rid of all the rest. Get rid of these ones here. We want the handrail plan, tangent handrail plan here, and that's about all. In fact, really, the prism layer is actually yellow here, but as we're going to be printing it, we're going to be working in paper space, which is the printing mode, and it'd be white. So let's put it a different colour so that it looks better on the white. Switch off. Right, now here we have the face mould as it moving up across the tangent plane, which is this sort of diamond shape here, and we're going to go into what we call paper space, the printing mode, and set that up for printing full size. To do that, we go into one of these tabs, layout, and we're in printing mode. The first thing in the printing mode to do is the printing mode comes up with a bit of paper and what they call a window on the bit of paper we're looking at the model through, is to make sure that it's set up for the right size paper. To do that, you go into print setup. In print setup, you choose your printer and you choose the size of the paper that you're going to use. Let's say what we need. Let's try we'll try the big size first, an A0. I don't really know how big we're going to need it, but A0 is the biggest I have here, so let's use an A0 size. And we go into scale and we make sure that we're printing. I use millimeters, being French, so millimeters here. Print scale is always at 1 when we're using paper space. You always keep 1 to 1 in the print scale here. And let's have a look at the advanced, and we make sure that we're centered on the page in the advanced options. That's the main thing. And then we click here, apply to layout, and we exit, and that's print setup. Now, if we zoom back, we see the UCS icon here is paper space icon, which means that we're working on the actual the print space in print space in the printer, and not on the in the model. Now, what there's one thing we're missing here is the actual the window that we're looking at the model through. The window that we're looking at the model through, I'm not quite sure. I think it's online. Let's have a look if it's online. It's not online. The window that we're looking the model through is maybe it's on 0, or this. I know it's or here. So look. Right. Here we have the what's in. It's actually on the TTA layer. That's the window that we're looking at the model through. We're going to extend that window. We have now the paper size, which is A0 here. The window it's been actually drawn for the A4 because my standard printer is an A4 printer. I want to print this one on A0 so we get the right size. We stretch the window while in paper space. We stretch the window to fit the paper. Once the window is fitting the paper, we click twice onto the paper, and we end up inside the paper looking at the model. We're in the model space working on it. Now what we want to do here is let's just take off the other layers let's get rid of all the other layers that we don't need. In fact, oh, sorry, I don't need all those, and we just want the TTA. Okay, so we just got this. Oh yeah, the TTA is also, we're going to take off TTA as well, in fact, because the TTA is, in fact, I didn't realise that the window was on the TTA, but TTA is the tangent angles, twist angles. Okay, go back to the model here. Now we've got the set up on the paper. We're in the model space here. We go click into the window, and we get to see the model. And now what we want to do is to put the UCS here onto the tangent plane. So let's align it with the tangent plane by clicking here 3-point UCS, and I click the origin here. I click to the end point of the prism, and now the UCS, you see, is aligned with the end point with the tangent plane here. Let's now get the view aligned to the UCS so that we're looking directly from the top right angles to the tangent plane, so we get the real shape of this, not a 3D shape of it, 3D projection of it. To do that, it's very simple. We go to View, and we take 3D View, and we choose Plan View, Current UCS, so the view will be aligned to the current UCS. Now, here we have the look, the real projection, the front-on projection of the face model, and this is the real shape, but it's not yet not scaled to 1:1 full size for the printing. To scale it to the 1:1 full size, I use the zoom command. So I type. I'm going to use my keyboard, which is the easiest way to do it. So if we look down here, we can see the command line, and I just type Z. Oh, sorry, you can't see the command line exactly. Hang on. The video is being cut off on the command line, doesn't matter. But what do? You type Z and you enter for the zoom command. And here we have the zoom command here. And then I simply type in this. I type in the zoom factor of 1, and I type after 1, I type XP. So 1 XP, which means in fact a scale, a printing scale of 1:1 relative to the paper that I'm using. Now I take 1 XP. The drawing is scaled on the paper and full size. Now, this is the printing. This is the printout that I need. We can see here. The idea is, this fits quite well onto my bit of paper, my A0 paper. So we could probably make it a bit smaller, but this is okay. This is the basics. And so this is my actual shape of the face mold. Now to print it, I must be careful if I'm using ProjiCAD. AutoCAD is a bit more forgiving, but ProjiCAD, I have to be sure that I'm on. I go out of the window. I go out, now the window is no longer active. I'm no longer in the model space. The icon becomes this square icon here, and it shows that I'm on the paper printing mode and not in the model mode. And now I can print. Now if I print, I can open the print model, and I can now just click the print mode and click print, and this will print it out as a full size. I could actually print it, in fact, hang on, print, because it's a PDF printer, so this is going to give you a PDF file that I can give to somebody else. Let's put it into the right folder. There. Now let's see what it gives as in the PDF reader. And here we have the PDF that will be printed out full size. If you take this PDF and you put it on a printer or on a plotter, it will print it out on the A0, this shape. And this, you can just cut that out and glue it on a bit of plywood, and it will give you the face mould with your springing lines here to be used for your tangent handrailing. Right, I hope that's been interesting to you. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.